Hello, Internet. Jesus loves you. My name is Cody, and this is the Christian News Show we do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with geeksundofgrace.com. Before we get into the news, I do need to make a correction. Last video, we talked about gay cakes, but in Colorado, there was this guy who wanted a bakery to write gay marriage is wrong on the cake. I was going from memory of something that I had heard, and so I said that it said God hates gays. That's just not the case. So thank you to JBQ for catching that, and Jay, I can't reply to your comments. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not, but just so that you know that I'm not like ignoring your comments when you ask questions. But I don't know if they're rhetorical or not. That could be the case as well. So, not that I'm very good at responding to comments in the first place, but, you know. And our first story of the day is about a man named Trevor McKendrick. One day, Trevor noticed that in the Apple Store, there is not a Spanish version of the Bible. And being the noble man that he is, he decided he was going to make one. And now he makes about $100,000 a year. Also, something that has not been mentioned is that Trevor is an atheist. An atheist is making $100,000 a year off of the Bible. And in an interview, he says he does feel bad about it from time to time. He says, imagine, if you will, that you are selling Harry Potter books, but you are selling them as nonfiction, telling people if they learn those spells, then they can better their life too. And so he says he feels awful because in his eyes, he is selling fiction and calling it nonfiction. He feels like he is lying to people. But apparently $100,000 outweighs his guilt because he hasn't taken the Bible app down. And I can't really be upset with him because whether he knows it or not, he is helping lots of people. Next up, we get to talk about history, and you know that I love history. Obviously, people are skeptical about all sorts of things when it comes to the Bible. But something I didn't know was questioned by scholars was the actual validity of being crucified and then buried. I guess it's been widely believed that after the crucifixion during Jesus' times, the body was actually thrown into a pit and then eaten by wild animals. This obviously would explain why we don't have Jesus' tomb. But there have been some new exciting findings, and that is that somebody was crucified and they were buried in a tomb much like Jesus's. And this body is dated to be around the same time. And so it's just another idea that skeptics have that has been disproven. And I love so much what they wrote in the article, and that is, like Jesus said, if you try to keep us quiet, even the stones will cry out. And our final story of the day takes us to Mexico, to a state called Chiapas. I don't know if I'm saying that right. There's a small village there. It's a story that kind of freaks me out. So mostly all the villagers are what they call traditionalists, where they follow Catholicism, but they also follow like their old traditions. And the minority there are Protestants. But these Protestants were told that they either need to convert or never come back, and then they were expelled from the village. So I guess all of that happened about 2.5 years ago. But these Christians, you know, they've been peacefully protesting. They went to the state government, and then the state government had to go and intervene in the village, and actually what happened was that they decided it was okay for the Christians to stay there as long as they paid a fine. And so now these Protestant Christians, instead of paying the high fine because they couldn't afford it, are living displaced in a church. So that's kind of scary. I mean, I know it is a small village, but when you have the church actually attacking the church, not a good thing. I just hope it doesn't turn into anything violent and then you have another religious mess somewhere else. That being said, prayers out to everyone involved, because I mean that's a lot of people just displaced, just without a home. Another one of those things where I couldn't imagine. From that, we go to the question of the day. I am very curious on what you guys have to say about this. Going back to history, proving the Bible, did you need concrete evidence for your faith in Jesus? I mean, for me, it was kind of easy because I had a real, tangible experience with Jesus. But after that, I did look for historical findings. As always, I want to know what you guys have to say on this, so please leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer. Make sure you check out geeksundofgrace.com. My name is Cody Armour, bringing you Christian news in a not-so-boring kind of way every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray. To everybody, like, subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.